Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Sudoku with Tsvetii. Today we'll be doing another medium puzzle, and today's lesson, or today's focus, is to being agile when it comes to change in your life. Instead of resisting it all the time and just wishing things used to be the way that they were, just focus on what you can change or how you can change today to make life easier for you tomorrow. A little bit of personal experience and unveiling the curtain here at Sudoku with Tsvetii. I have just started a new position at my job. Same company, but a different position, and I've been enjoying it. It is much more mentally straining than it is physically straining, whereas my previous position was a lot more physically straining. And so I actually am feeling a little bit more fatigued, strangely enough, when it comes to being off work. Like last night, I fell asleep like a couple hours after I got home instead of like normally 3 or 4. But I do think that was very good, especially with having to, not think on my toes per se, but to use my noggin a little bit more. And so I think that's probably what tuckered me out yesterday. But anyways, it's been going well. I've been very much enjoying it so far. It hasn't been too stressful at all. So I'm very happy for it. Very happy that I can enjoy life a little bit and not have an excuse to not go to the gym anymore. So I'm going to start a new series called Getting Swole with Tsvetii. Getting Swole with Sudoku sounds like some AI manufactured slop, but it's very funny. So we know 4 has to be here, which means this will be a 4. And so I believe that's really, I'm going to leave it off for the message of the day, or the motif de, I don't know what video is in French. Oops. Fake French person here. We know that'll be that is not a 5. I'm just blind and didn't see the 5 right there. Oopsie. We do know that'll be a 9, rather. Let's see. Let's take a deep breath. Let's come back to it. We need to focus on 5. We do know 5 actually has to just be here. Can we stay up there, please? Thank you. Okay. We know that has to be a 5. We know 5 has to be over here. What else? We know 5 actually has to be down here. That is a 4. That is not a 5. Oops. Then we know 5 has to be there or there, which means that 5 has to be here. So we are slowly but steadily solving everything as we move on to our 6s for the day. We know that 6 has to be here. It's not a 5. A 5. I have disdain for you. Please do not force me to have to shadow ban you. I'm just going to ban any 5 related comments. But that'd be funny putting 5 on the blacklist. Just the number 5. So no one could comment 5. That's pretty funny. Anyways, 7. 7. We are looking here. We know 7 has to actually be down here. What else has to be? Where can 7 also be? We know this just has to be 7 down here in the corner. And so we know that this will be our 7, which would be 3 and 5. So we've kind of split the difference here on these. So we know 7 has to be there. What about this? Because now we know 7 could technically be there too, so I can't just make a sweeping judgment on that. But anyways, I think we've solved as much as we can with 7s for right now. So let's move on to our 8s. We know that could be an 8 or a 9, and that's an 8 or a 9. We know this has to be in 8, not a 5. And we know this has to be an 8, which means that that's a 9 or a 9. This is 1, 2, and 6 over on this side, so Still, back with the getting down with the 8s. All right, well, we solved that out pretty quickly. We know a little sniper shot for you. We know this will be a 3 because if we go over on this side, there's a 3 over there. We just sniped it from across the map. If we could only choose a sail, remember, you miss 100% of the shots you do not take. Alright, so that's a 5 and a 3. So 9s. We know 9 has to be here or here. And then we know 9 has to be those two at that top left corner. We do know this has to be a 9. If I could stop freaking out and, you know, compose myself for a second, it would work out just fine. So we know that has to be a 1 and a 7. What are we missing over here? We're missing a 2. So that has to be a 2 and a 6. And what else are we missing in this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have a general idea of what all of these will be. Okay. So let's just look through again to see if we are missing anything that is just trying to poke out at us and yell at us to solve it. Let's see. Nothing thus far. We have all of our 3s, so let's go 4s. We're basically in the same boat with 4s at this point, but 5s, we know that. We have all 5s actually, so let's go to 6. We know 6 is in that bottom row over there. Let's see. Where else can a 6 be? Oh, we know 6 has to be over here, potentially over here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyways, that was my sleep paralysis demon. Oh, Lord. If she watched these, she would be very upset. Okay. Well, we know this could be a 7 too, technically, so we'll just mark it down there. Alrighty. I mean, technically 2 could be there or there. Phooey. Technically be a 1. What are we missing? 1, 2, 7. Yeah. Well, we know 1 or 2 has to be up there. So we know 7 is right here. We already knew that, though. What? Okay. This has to be a 2 or 6. And if both of these are 2 or 6, this will have to be a 7. Correct? Yes. Yeah, because this can only be a 2 or 6, and that can only be a 2 or 6. So we know that'll be our 7. Let's make that a 9, 8, 7. Okay, let's see. What can we figure out here? I mean, that could technically be a 1. What are we missing? 1, 4, 2, 6, 8. Okay, so it's just a 1 and a 4. Missing. Oh, there's a 7 over there, so we know that's a 1, 7. That's a 4. That's an 8. That's not an 8. That's a 9. Actually, come back here so that we can verify that. We've solved all of our 9s. We're done 3 through 5. Which is pretty good. But we know this will be our 9 here. What are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which would mean that this is a 1. Okay. We cannot verify if this will be a 1 or not. So we'll just mark that down. Let's go to our 2s here. Actually, we know this will be an 8 since there's an 8 over here. There's an 8 blocking this. There's an 8 blocking this. or an 8 blocking this, so we know this will be our 8 here. And since there's a 1 in this column or row, we know that'll be there. There we go. Let me not hit control and delete the entire video. That would not be very cash money of me. Heck yeah. But we are finished with this. Hope that you have enjoyed this journey with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you may be. And I will catch you tomorrow. Goodbye.